It was the last night of the county fair, the one night when the rides creaked in the moonlight and the smell of popcorn and cotton candy hung heavy in the air. Jamie had dared his friends to prove his courage. "I'll go alone," he said, heart hammering, and they laughed, thinking it was just a joke. The crowd thinned as the night dragged on. The lights of the Ferris wheel flickered, shadows stretching across the empty grounds. That's when he heard it, a soft giggle, slow, deliberate, echoing through the fairgrounds like it had nowhere else to go. Jamie froze. The sound came again, closer this time. And then he saw it, a clown standing under a broken string of lights. Its costume was torn, colors dark and faded, makeup smeared like dried blood. But it wasn't the costume that made Jamie's blood run cold. It was the eyes, black as night, completely empty, staring right through him as if they were trying to pull him inside. The clown waved. Its movements were jerky, unnatural. "Come closer," it whispered, voice rasping like paper tearing. "I saved a special seat just for you." Jamie wanted to run, but his legs wouldn't obey. Behind the clown, shadows stretched and twisted unnaturally, forming grotesque shapes that looked like people, but their mouths were frozen open, screaming silently. The air smelled of rot. "I like brave children," the clown said, stepping closer. "The brave ones get to stay." Suddenly, the ground beneath Jamie's feet shifted. It felt soft, almost like walking on skin stretched too tight. He stumbled and fell, and the clown leaned down, its jagged teeth glinting in the flickering light. It reached out, long fingers curling around his arm. Jamie screamed, but his voice didn't leave his mouth. The shadows behind the clown began to move, climbing over each other like worms, forming a wall that blocked any escape. The clown's smile grew wider, impossibly wide, stretching toward its ears. "The show must go on," it said. And then, with a snap of its fingers, Jamie felt himself pulled inside. He was falling, not down, not up, but through something thick and black. When he opened his eyes, he was on a stage. A small, twisted stage made of mirrors. Around him, dozens of faces stared. Children, teenagers, adults, all trapped in the clown's mirrors. And then he realized. They were moving, smiling, performing endlessly. The clown clapped, a sound like bones breaking. "Welcome," it hissed. "You're the new star." Back at the fairgrounds, the crowd returned the next morning. The Ferris wheel spun lazily, the rides squeaked, and the scent of popcorn filled the air. But one booth stood empty. A single red balloon floated above it, swaying as if in a breeze, painted with a grin that seemed to widen whenever anyone looked at it. And sometimes, late at night, those brave enough to pass the empty lot swear they hear soft, deliberate giggles and see black eyes watching from the shadows. Jamie had thought he left the fair behind. He told himself it was just a nightmare, the terror of one too many dares. But that night, as he lay in bed, the darkness felt wrong. The shadows didn't sit still. They stretched, writhing at the edges of his vision. At first, it was small things. A giggle, soft, almost too far away to hear. The creak of floorboards in the hall when no one was home. Shadows where none should be. He told himself it was imagination. Until the balloon came, a single red balloon tied to his doorknob, painted with a crooked smile. He hadn't bought it, hadn't seen it before. And when he looked closer, the eyes on the balloon, they weren't painted. They blinked. Jamie tried to ignore it, but at night, the giggles grew closer. He swore he saw a figure in the corner of his room, a clown, but only partially visible, like it was trying to phase into his world. Its jagged smile widened every time he looked away. Sleep became impossible. When he blinked, the clown was nearer, on his dresser, in his mirror, grinning, hands reaching out. Jamie tried to run, tried to leave the house, but every street led back to his room. Every mirror reflected the same wide, empty eyes. He screamed once in the middle of the night. The clown's laugh answered him, echoing from inside his skull, and then it whispered, "You can't leave. The show is never over." By morning, Jamie was gone. His bed lay empty, the room spotless except for one red balloon floating silently in the center. Neighbors reported nothing unusual, no signs of struggle, just a faint, lingering smell of burnt sugar and something metallic. Weeks later, the balloon appeared in other houses. Same crooked grin, same blinking eyes, and those who saw it at night swore they heard it, the soft, deliberate giggle of a clown who never forgets. Because once it chooses you, it doesn't just take you to the fair, it follows you home, it waits, and eventually, it always comes for the rest of your life. And if you're reading this, check your corners and your mirrors and your balloons, because it's already watching.